Hello, Internet. Welcome in. My name's Andrew. I am an indie author. I've got 2 novels out. They're pretty good. You should check them out. If this is your first time here, welcome in. Pull up a seat. If you're returning from one of my other videos, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming back again. If you are enjoying the content, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to do the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. I don't know what I'm pointing at. I never know what I'm pointing at. This is Awake Definitive Edition. I have no idea what it's about. I think that I just got it in an indie bundle, and I thought that we would play it. It looked kind of spooky. It kind of looked up my alley, and I just recorded about an hour of a puzzle game called In Between. Got frustrated with it and decided I would switch over to my backup game. So yeah, here we are. Let's get into it.
Oh, what the?
Hey there, sleepyhead. You dozed off for a second.
Cool style so far.
Right, I must have fallen asleep. I'm gonna take a leak. I'll be right back, baby.
All right, I'll be waiting for you.
Broom. Okay.
It's a broom like any other.
Okay.
The kitchen knife we found in the caravan is not very sharp, but it should do the job.
What's the job? What do you mean found in the caravan?
A regular bottle of soap.
Cool. Anything else we can pick up? Cookware.
Simple camping cookware. I didn't clean it up yet. Simple camping cook.
Okay. Soap.
I could clean up here, but I got a lot more serious problems to take care of right now.
What are the serious problems? I thought you were just taking a leak.
This camping stove runs on gas and it's hard to handle. I have yet to cook a good meal with it.
Okay. I guess we're carrying that in our pocket.
I'm carrying too much already.
What happened?
I need some light before I can... I need some light before... I'm unable to move and am surrounded by darkness. If only I had some light.
So apparently we've been kidnapped, and because I didn't pick up a lighter at any point in our searching around, we're dead. Okay. So first order of business is we need to find a light.
So this is it. I can't see, I can't move, and now I can't breathe. I won't be getting out of this. This is how it ends.
Okay. And then we wake up. Time loop.
Oh, what the?
There it is.
Hey there, sleepyhead. You dozed off for a second.
Right.
Right, I must have fallen asleep. I'm gonna take a leak. I'll be right back, baby.
All right, I'll be waiting for you.
The kitchen knife we found in the caravan is not very sharp, but it should do the job.
All right. Caravan door. Flashlight.
We shouldn't have bought such a cheap flashlight. This one is kind of dark and it won't function for long.
Is there a better one?
I've had my car for many years now. While it has seen better days, it still runs like a top. I seem to have lost the keys since we got here, and it's locked.
Interesting. I don't want the bottle. Maybe a wrench? Would a wrench do?
I got this wrench from my dad. May he rest in peace. Those things don't go together.
It was worth a shot.
The way we came here is now covered in shadows.
Is he getting shot by a sleeping dart? Who did you piss off?
There's no point. Even if I find a way out of the trunk, I'll die. Once I am in there, I'm a dead man. I need to find another way. Wait a minute. This is my own car. The killer is using my own car to kill me.
You got out, but that's not the end of it.
Oh, what the?
Hey there, sleepyhead. You dozed off for a second.
Oh, I just had the strangest dream. And it felt so damn real. How long have I been out?
Just for a few seconds. What were you dreaming about?
Someone knocked me out, and when I woke up, I was trapped in darkness. And then there was water everywhere, and I drowned. It was all so real.
It was just a dream, honey. I'm sure it's nothing.
I need to calm down. I'll be right back.
Nothing in here. Let's go get the flashlight and check the shadowy passage.
We shouldn't have bought such a cheap flashlight.
Yep. Come on. Do it.
I could go into the forest with the flashlight, but I can't leave Caroline alone when there's a killer out there.
Okay. Soap in the gas tank, maybe?
A regular bottle of soap. Those things don't. old and half-rotten rope I found down by the pier. Those things don't go.
I didn't even click on anything yet.
Those things.
Okay, now you can say that.
That would make.
I don't know what I'm doing. Car jack?
This jack has been in my car for ages. It's rusty, but should work fine.
If it's rusty, how's it gonna work?
I don't have time to jack up my car, and the killer could easily put it to the ground again. I need a faster and more terminal solution. Those things don't. We use this blanket to stay. My pockets are full. They say the moon appears when the water is still. I guess this holds true for tonight.
The fact that he was still talking and also doubled over in pain was very funny to me for some
There's
reason.
no point. Wait a minute.
Go away.
Oh, what the?
Hey there, sleepyhead. You dozed off for a second.
Skip. Nothing over here.
I must not be taken into the trunk.
You said that, but I don't know what you want me to do.
We shouldn't have.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
I got this wrench from.
I've got to tell you guys about this weird
Removing the
student
tires
I
with the
had.
wrench would take too long. I need a faster and more terminal solution.
Whenever we get to a good stopping point or resting point.
Removing the tires with the wrench.
I don't want to remove the tires. I want you
Now
to
I know
open
that the killer.
the car door.
An empty bottle of wine we just opened a few hours ago.
Can you break it?
Caroline won't like this, but I'll shatter the bottle of wine on the tree trunk.
Alright.
I don't feel so good about this, but I think I need to sabotage my car.
Yeah.
Removing the tire.
Okay. I don't get why it's making that sound, but okay. Pick that up.
The kitchen knife we found.
Do I just walk over to the right side of the screen to trigger it, or?
I found a way to stop him from taking me with my car. Now he's exposed. This is good. This time I know what'll happen. Maybe I can use that to my advantage. I need to take a note of everything that's going on. Oh, what the?
Hey there, sleepyhead.
I think I'm trapped in some weird time loop. I've been dying again and again, and I keep coming back, right to this moment.
Whoa, honey, what have you been smoking?
No, I'm serious, Caroline. This is real. There's a killer out in the woods.
Relax. Are you listening to yourself? What has gotten into you?
I'm telling you, we're in danger.
We're fine, honey. There's nobody out there for miles.
I need to find a way to stop this.
All right. Caravan door. So I had this student come in right before lunch today. She's 62 years old.
An empty bottle of wine, we just...
Yeah.
Caroline won't like this.
She said that she was interested in getting into law. And I was like, okay. So,
Old and happy.
you haven't checked the fishing pool yet?
My old fishing pole.
I was like, okay, so to get into law, we usually recommend starting at the community college, getting an Associate of Arts degree. Both JCTC and Ivy Tech have pre-law degrees, so you could go to either one of those.
That would make... That would... A rusty old canister.
Why did you fill it with water?
If I put out the fire, the killer...
Okay. So she was like, what does going to community college entail? Like, what kind of classes would I be taking?
We brought these camping chairs, but they're not very comfortable. We prefer the tree trunk now.
So I explained to her, your first year of college is going to be your general education requirements. That's your English, science, math, 101, 102 classes. And she seemed very confused. She was like, I have a high school degree. I have a high school diploma. Why would I need to do all that? I was like, well, any school you go to, you're going to need to take general education requirements. They're required everywhere. She was like, well, JCTC, they're all online now, right? And I was like, no, that's not correct. They were online.
After tying me up with his rope, he always pulls me over to the old dock.
So should I put the knife by the dock?
Oh, what the...
Hey there, sleepyhead.
Yeah. Skip. Oh. Give me that knife.
The kitchen knife... A regular...
She said, well, I went over to JCTC and they told me they're all online now. And I said, no, that's not correct. They have both on ground, on campus, and online classes.
Those things...
Okay.
Old and half... That would...
For sure. It makes perfect sense to me.
An empty bottle of... Caroline won't like that.
But she was like, what if I don't want to do a degree? And I was like, that's perfectly all right. Well, she was like, what if I don't want to do a college degree? What if I don't want to do something else? I was like, so if you don't want to do college, our other suggestion would be the 4-year degree. You would go to one of the universities, and she heard the word university,
A rusty old canister.
and she was like, I'm not going to U of L. And I was like, okay, you don't have to go to U of L. That's entirely fine. U of L is a university. It's not the university. She also seemed confused about
That would make
Ivy Tech. I said
those things.
both JCTC and Ivy Tech have. What am I doing?
I'll add some soap water.
I said both JCTC and Ivy Tech have pre-law degrees, and she was like, Ivy Tech, you mean Indiana University? And I was like, Indiana University is a different entity. They're not the same. But I was like, so generally we start with the community college. We recommend starting with the community college and then moving on to a 4-year degree. But I was like, if you had something specific in mind that you wanted to do. Achievement unlocked, oldest trick in the book. Achievement unlocked, sharp
He
edges.
can't kill me now. I found a loophole. I still don't know what's going on here, but at least Caroline and I survived. And yet, nothing will ever be the same.
Is that it? Oh, A Way Out, The Shortest Night. What was all the other stuff for? Weird. But she seemed really confused. She kept getting angry as I was telling her things. So she was like, well, what if I don't want to do all that? What if I don't want to do the 2-year degree? What if I don't want to do the 4-year degree? I was like, so there are certificates that you can take, certificate programs, if you want to do something specific. Let's say you wanted to go into real estate. There's a certificate, and usually they're between 3 months, 6 months, or a year. And she was like, well, I don't want to go into real estate. And I was like, ma'am, I was just using real estate as an example. I know you want to go into law. Help me out here. Tell me what you're looking for. And she was like, well, I'm just very confused. I thought that you guys were going to help me, get into a new career. And I was like, so we're not the career center. We're the College Access Center. We're here for students who are going back to college or going to college for the first time. We do have career readiness stuff. We have 2 assessments. One of the assessments is Career Interest Index. It would take stock of what kind of things that you're interested in as far as career goes and what your personality is kind of sorted to. But you said that you want to do law. So I don't think that one would help you. She was like, what's the other one? I was like, so we also offer the MBTI examination. It's the Myers-Briggs personality type. Let me get out of here as soon as it's ready. And that would tell you 4 axes of your personality. Yeah, there's more stuff. I'm not sure what else we would do though. So I was explaining to her that we offer the Myers-Briggs personality type. She was like, well, what's that got to do with college? I was like, well, a lot of students who are going to school for the first time don't know what they want to do. They're not aware of like what kind of jobs are out there, what kind of jobs they'd be suited for, things like that. So if you take the MBTI, you understand a little bit about how you think about the world, how you interact with others, things like that. That can help you make up your mind as to what kind of degree you want to pursue. And she was like, so you're telling me I have to take both of these before I can go to college? And I said, no, ma'am, I didn't say that at all. These are both for your benefit. If you needed to find some direction, if you were looking for what you wanted to do in your life, you could take these assessments and then they would point you in the right direction. So we went through the degree options. We went through the certificate options. She was like, no. And she was like, she was like, what about like pre-lawyers? What if I don't want to be a lawyer? What if I want to do that job that you do before you're a lawyer? And I was like, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what job is pre-lawyer. She thought about it for a minute and she was like, a paralegal. And I was like, if you want to be a paralegal, that's great. We can get you into that program. I'll look up the requirements. I went on our job listings. I found the requirements. I was pulling them up as we were talking. I was like, a paralegal isn't a pre-lawyer. They're their own thing. They do their own separate job. But I'll look into that. We can get that information for you. We can get you into a program. We can find out what steps you need to take to be a paralegal. And she got so angry that I was trying to do what she said that she wanted me to do. And she was like, do you have a lot of students? And I was like, we have about 2,000 a year. Yeah. And she was like, is there another counselor here that I can speak with? And I was like, well, I'm the only one here today. My coworker Fred is out sick. He'll be back probably next week if you'd like to speak with Fred. And she was like, you don't have any women counselors? And I was like, well, our grant is running up at the end of this year. So all of the women counselors have decided to go on to different careers. One of them is currently with the high school team. She's with the Educational Talent Search. She doesn't do our job anymore. Another one has gone on to the Center for Families and Children. And a third one just left for U of L. And this woman sitting in front of me was like, well, I can see why. And I was like, because in my mind, I'm like, so they don't have to talk with students like you? She got so mad at me when I tried to give her the thing that she said that she wanted. I was so confused. And then she faked receiving a phone call. I could literally see her phone. And she was like, as if she was like answering a phone call. She put it to her ear and she was like, I really appreciate you. And she left. So my theory, this was right before lunch. So I took a walk. I went down to Chipotle and got myself a burrito. My theory is that she either thought, A, that we were the career center and we were going to place her in a law job, which we don't do. That's not what I do. My other theory is that she thought somehow that her work experience would somehow translate into a law degree. She kept bringing up the fact that she was 62 years old, that she'd done a slew of jobs, that she'd been a supervisor before. And I think that in her mind, she was going to show up at our office and say, I want to get into law. And then I would be like, okay, here's a law job. We'll get you into this law job. And here's your certification. Which is also not what we do. So this student, before lunch, very aggravating. But then I came back from lunch, and at my 1 o'clock, actually, he was super interesting. And so he kind of balanced it out. He was going back to JCTC. He knew exactly where he wanted to go. And he wanted to go into philosophy over at JCTC. And I was like, well, JCTC doesn't have their own philosophy degree, but you can get an AS or you can get an associate's degree, the concentration in philosophy, and then that will set you up for the university. He was like, sounds good. Sorry, excuse me. So I was like, what made you want to do philosophy? And he explained to me that his dad was an Air Force officer, and that when they were stationed in Egypt, he came across this Egyptian tepe, and he pulled up a picture on his phone. It was a really cool tepe. I don't remember the name of it, but he was like, "Are you familiar with it?" I was like, I'm familiar with tepes. I might have seen this one before." But it has a big open space at the top of it, all one block of stone. Big open space at the top of it, and then it has like a mouth, and inside that mouth is a lizard. And the mouth is bow-shaped, as if like a slingshot bow. So it's very like stylized. It comes very close in and then very close out. And then below that, there's this belt, and the belt has hieroglyphics carved around it. And he was telling me that he had this theory about this tepe, that it's kind of an evolution of understanding, where up above the open space at the top, that is the sky, or, a higher being, or the divine. He was like, I'm not a Christian. I've never been like religious, but my understanding is that these people thought about it as like a divine space. And then the mouth with the lizard in it represented like our base instincts, the things that we need, our hunger, our drive to eat, to sustain ourselves, which is really cool. And then he said that the belt was what really interested him, because the belt, it doesn't have a it doesn't have an immediate purpose, right? You don't wear a belt because you're hungry. You don't wear a belt because you're cold. You wear a belt because it's a style, or because you need to hold up your pants. It's cosmetic. And he was like, so for him, this represented kind of an evolution from the baser instincts of the animal to human understanding. That belt for him was the turning point. And he said that his dad used to talk to him about the three tools that everybody uses. And he had this tool theory of humanity. And he told me the three tools, and I can't remember them because I was working on his FAFSA at the time he was talking to me. But his idea was that everybody has like that slingshot that the tepe's mouth resembled. And the sling is how we get attention, how we interact with society, and we can use it to hunt, right? We can use it to bring things into our community, or we can use it to fight and bring attention to ourselves. And then the stick, which is how we interact with things around us. That's the tool that we have. And so you can use a stick to, make a fire. You can also use a stick to push things around. You can use a stick to get things to move. And that's how we interact with the things, right? So how we interact with others, how we interact with things. And then the third tool, I believe it was stone, but I could be wrong about it. And that's how we interact with the natural world. And so he's sitting there. I'm doing his FAFSA. I'm doing his entrance, what's it called? Admissions application. We go through this whole thing. And he's telling me this theory that he has. And so I got him into school. I got him full eligibility. He likely going to be able to go to school for free. He mentioned that he, in addition to doing philosophy, he also wanted to do creative writing. And I was like, well, GCTC doesn't have a creative writing program. You can take creative writing classes as an elective, and that'll at least help you. And he was like, that's all that I need. Like, I need to be able to talk with other people. I need to be able to process my ideas, to bounce things off of other people. And so he was like, he was telling me this stuff, and I asked if he had reached out to Saraband. They're the only big press here in Louisville that I know. I'm friends with some of the people from Saraband on Facebook, though I don't usually interact with them because I'm socially awkward and don't really know how to build those kind of relationships. But I asked him if he had spoken with Saraband, and he was like, no, I didn't even know about it. And I recommended he reach out to the people at Saraband, and I mentioned that he should reach out to JP Wright. I've mentioned him in earlier videos, but he's a local musician. He actually was the first one to publish my second novel when he was running a small indie press. And then, so I pointed him in these directions, and he was like, you know, this is what I really need. I need to be in this space where people like point me in the directions that I could possibly learn new things in. So yeah, my 11 o'clock right before lunch, very aggravating student. I don't know what she was thinking. I am glad that she left my office. And then 1 o'clock, complete opposite. Super interesting. So nice. Oh my God, what a day. I hope that you guys enjoyed Awake Definitive Edition. It seemed very short. One thing that I would probably recommend, it looks like a lot of people figured it out very quickly. One thing I would recommend to the dev when you're designing these kind of puzzles, you are guiding the player with the dialogue that Mark says. So when he's like, maybe I can incapacitate my own car, that leads me to that incapacitation puzzle. So that leads me to the bottle, that leads me to the shards, that leads me to the wheels. And then that leads me to the dock. If you had another or two or even three kind of steps in between the incapacitating the car and getting to the death on the dock, that would probably fill this game out a lot. There's always the chance that somebody's going to be like, what if I do this? And they'll get to the knife on the dock solution like way earlier. But you can lead the player to different solutions. You can influence them to different solutions. And then it'll feel like a fuller game. I did enjoy the hints that were given. It just kind of seemed to go by very quickly. But yeah, that was Awake Definitive Edition, and that was me rambling for 10 minutes. Yeah, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go watch Twitch for a little while. This should be processed in the morning. I will see you next Tuesday. If there is anything that you want to recommend over the weekend that you'd like to see, let me know. I'll try my best to get it ready and play it next week. I don't know what we're going to do next week. I have some things on itch. I have some things on Steam. Yeah. I'll find something. All right. Good night, everybody. I will see you on Tuesday. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me, listening to me rant and ramble. Yeah. I love you guys. Take care.